Hello, my name is Sindhas Khalid, and I'm a research scientist for PUMA trial at Department of Psychiatry, University of Oxford. Today, I'll be giving a brief overview of how to conduct a systematic review. We will cover what a systematic review is, why it's important, and the key stages to successfully conduct a systematic review. A systematic review is basically an ultra organized research report. Imagine you're trying to learn something specific, like a new treatment for a condition. A systematic review is like someone going through all the research on that topic, but in a super careful and systematic way. A systematic review helps us understand what science really knows about treatments and healthcare. It saves time, provides reliable evidence, resolves inconsistencies, identify potential gaps, establish if a question has been completely answered or not, and explore differences between various studies. Here are some key stages of a systematic review, and I'll be using the PUMA trial systematic review as an example where I can. The first course of action is to develop a systematic review protocol. This is a plan outlining the exact question you're trying to research and how you'll find and evaluate relevant studies. It keeps your research focused and transparent, ensuring reliable results. The protocol will cover all the key stages of a systematic review. We start with a clear, focused question. For example, what are the treatments to treat early psychosis? We then develop an inclusion exclusion criteria that details which studies can be included and which studies would be excluded to ensure the review focuses on the most relevant research. Then we form a search strategy, which is like a treasure map guiding you to the most relevant studies. This map involves specific databases, keywords, and publication date ranges to ensure you're looking in the right places. Once you've identified potential studies, the inclusion exclusion criteria will guide the selection process for choosing the best ones. Then we move on to the data extraction process. This involves carefully sifting through each chosen study and extracting key information relevant to your question. For PUMA project, this included details about treatment being studied, the study methodology, and participant outcomes. By thoroughly extracting data, you build a comprehensive picture of the evidence on your chosen topic. Lastly, we conduct a quality check to make sure the studies that we include are reliable and well done. Once the data extraction and analysis is complete, you can then explain your findings, any gaps and limitations, and implications of the review. This can then be reported in accordance to a standardized guidelines such as PRISMA. Here are some resources covering the key stages of a systematic review in more details and also what PRISMA guidelines are. Taking a deeper look into the search strategy, it involves using specific scientific databases. These databases are giant organized collection of scientific information stored electronically. Scientific databases are like libraries filled with research articles and data, but instead of browsing shelves, you use keywords to find what you need. Keywords are single words or short phrases that capture the core concept of your research question. Think of them as tags. Each article or study is tagged with keywords that accurately describes its content. When you enter your keywords into the database, it searches for those specific terms within the article. Once you have all the articles, the keywords identified within your chosen databases, a reference management tool is used to manage all the articles identified. For the PUMA review, we are using a tool called Rayan. For further information on how to use Rayan, please visit the link provided. From here, we systematically sift through all the articles to assess if it indeed meets our inclusion criteria. First, we make a decision based on the article's titles and abstract. Then, a full text screening is conducted, and the articles that don't meet the criteria are further excluded. Data is extracted from the articles that meet our inclusion criteria. Systematic reviews are powerful tools for summarizing research, but they're not perfect. Several biases can creep in and skew the results, making it harder to see the true picture. Here's a breakdown of some common biases and how they can affect a review. Database bias. Database bias occurs when relevant studies are missing from the databases searched for the review. This can happen if the studies are published in less well known databases or languages not included in the search. Searching multiple databases, including less well known ones, can help overcome this bias. Publication bias. This bias favors studies showing a clear effect. Studies with no clear effect might be less likely to be published or even submitted for publication in the first place. This creates an illusion that a treatment or intervention works better than it actually does. Looking beyond published journals for unpublished studies like conference proceedings and thesis can reduce publication bias. English language biases. The world of research isn't all in English. Focusing only on English language studies excludes valuable research from other languages. This can lead to an incomplete picture of the available evidence. Translating relevant studies from other languages helps minimize this type of bias. Citation bias. This bias occurs when reviewers rely heavily on studies that are already widely cited. While these might be high quality studies, they may not represent the full body of research on the topic. Newer or less cited studies could be overlooked. Overall, clearly documenting the search strategy used in a review helps readers assess potential biases. By being aware of these biases and taking steps to minimize them, researchers can ensure that systematic reviews provide a more accurate and complete picture of the available evidence. Hope this guide helps with your understanding of what a systematic review is and how it's conducted. For more detailed training, please do check out the resources provided in this guide. Thank you very much for watching.